So as we come out over here, you see that really tall stuff over there? That tall planting? That's cilantro. Everybody go over there. And what I want you to do, you see the stuff at the top is what's going to seed. And you're going to know from experience that that's going to be tough and stringy, not good. I want you to snap off a top and start the stem and see how sweet it is. You'll blow your mind. It's so good. And cilantro is really good food. Very, very good for us. It has the highest vitamin C of anything that grows. It's also a natural chelator that takes heavy metals out of your body. It's really, really good food.
When was that seeded?
That was seeded probably August. And you see right here, there's cilantro that's going to, right here, next to these beets, that's cilantro that's coming up after that. And this right here is cilantro that's going to finish. See what I do, here's a rule of thumb, everybody hear me. You know, like lettuce, spinach, cilantro, arugula, once it's big enough to eat, you plant the next row. So through the whole growing season, you always have tender, delicious, abundant, non-stress, not going to seed stuff. So always have it coming progressively. What's that? Now, are you picking up the odor in the air of the cilantro?
Yes.
I want you to hear me. This is a 10-minute factor. When you buy organic cilantro in the store, there's no odor. Are you hearing me? Here, you're not even around it, and you can smell it out here. Because that's that 10-minute, this is live food. When you buy it from the store, something's not there anymore. Something's lost because it was disconnected. Here, for you men with a grinder, when you unplug the plug, anything disconnected from life dies. It's so powerful. And you can that odor is vibrant life. And the stuff you buy organic doesn't have an odor because it's not there anymore. It was picked a long time ago.
It was still chewing too.
Yes, that's what we are. I gotta show my friend this. So
Paul,
Yes.
you ever start anything in the greenhouse?
No, the greenhouse. Let's talk about greenhouses. Remember what I told you about tomatoes?
Yeah.
That greenhouse over there, someone gave to me. And I read that article, and I didn't get it. So the Creator in His kindness sent a really strong wind the next year and flipped it over, broke 4 panes of glass. And so I'm thinking like, oh, I'll take care of this. So I bolted down some railroad ties. I'm on my way to the glass shop, and I heard, don't put the glass back in the roof. I did that intentionally. Leave the roof open so you get direct sunlight, photosynthesis, and live food. So my greenhouse, I'm growing basil in it because basil won't grow outside, but I have no roof because I'm getting direct sunlight and rain, and my food has nutrient density because it's getting photosynthesis. So if you have a greenhouse, take the roof off.
Wow.
Really. Because anything you grow in it has no food value. None.
And the hardest thing to put up. It's usually the size.
Yeah, see, the sides knock out the wind, so it keeps the heat in, but you're getting direct sunlight, which is photosynthesis. Now, I want you to notice my carrots here. Remember we talked about density? And I'm not going to thin. Don't need to, because they'll move away. Now, does anybody not like beets? Not like beets.
that's the only thing in my garden right now.
Anybody? Come here.
I have a couple over there, yeah.
I want you to do an experiment.
Like the bed.
See that beet right there? I want you to pull it out. Right here. Pull it out. Bring it out to the grass and wipe it off. Yeah, you want it clean because you're going to eat it raw. Because I want you to see that you actually like beets. Because what you had in the past wasn't a beet. So break that off and take a bite. Now, listen, I appreciate your willingness to help. And if you don't like it, you just explain to us all the things that are bad about this.
I'm just nervous.
It's okay, you'll get over it.
It's not bad.
Not bad, huh? Take another bite and see if it might be good.
Looks like a peach inside.
I know.
Look at that color. Isn't that awesome?
What's it
It's
taste
a gold.
like?
Pretty sweet.
Wow.
Now this is a woman who doesn't like beets, and she's eating more. And I'm not twisting her arm. I just want you to get it. Live food is awesome, and the stuff you've had in the past you didn't like wasn't real, because the Creator didn't make anything bad. He made you. He knows how you're made, and He made food to really satisfy and bless you. That's how it's made. It's awesome.
Why is it not red?
Because it's a variety that's not red. I have red ones over there. If you want a red one, you can go have one of those. They're good too. Yeah, right over there. There's red ones. You can go get one if you want.
That's amazing.
Isn't that awesome?
I need to replant thin no more.
Thin no more. You know, and again, the volume. You know, see, this is going to grow for another month, and it gets full size, and I have it all winter. You know,
That's amazing.
I got awesome carrots here for winter.
So this does get sprinkled then? The sprinkler goes
The
on?
grass, yeah. I water the grass because I like green.
And then when you mow it, where do you put it?
My chickens.
Okay.
My chickens eat it all. Yeah, if you want, I'm gonna take it to the chickens.
Would the chickens survive if you didn't have a lawn, you think?
Oh, they can survive. You know, they'll eat whatever I give them. But it's just, see, all this is just to me resource.
Yeah.
Wonderful food, and then whatever they don't eat, they make this great soil for me. So again, it's just so, you know, you see that everything in nature is all about recycle. Everything is always being, you know, returned.
Now, where are you, chicken?
We're going there.
So how did you get your grass so nice?
The grass came with the place. I mow it.
You leave your grass clippings?
No,
Okay.
the mowing is a stimulant. It's a pruning, and because it's not fertilized, it's bright green.
No compost from the chickens?
No compost. And you can see, if you look at my lawn, you can see it over there, see how uneven it is in all the places? Let me tell you about how brain dead the human culture is. If you go into the cities where people have beautiful manicured lawns, if you look closely at them, they're a dull black green. They're not a light bright green like this. Because chemical fertilizers make it look like that. Now, if you look at all the pastures in nature, there's no thatch in the pastures. And for you older people, my age, when you were growing up, you never had thatch in your lawns. Thatch is dead grass that they have to take out to try to make the grass look better. No lawn when you were a kid had thatch, because it's all fed by either the grass or natural fertilizers. When chemical fertilizers were produced in 1948, everybody started feeding lawns with chemical fertilizers. What happened to the environment under the grass is all the worms left, all the life force left, and there was nothing to break down the dead grass, because they either died, killed by the chemicals, or moved away because there was no food. And so now people are spending money to thatch out their lawns, getting rid of all this dead grass when it's completely necessary. I've come to lawns that are just yellow with thatch, full of moss. And I come with chicken manure, top dress. In 3 weeks, the people are screaming at me, I got to mow the lawn twice a week and it's never been so green. Well, what I did, I just established the natural order and everything came back. It's just, it's so and look how green, this is September. And look how green it is.
And you
It's,
don't do chicken manure on
I don't do anything. The grass feeds itself.
The sheep never come and do anything?
No, because they would tear. They got plenty out there. This is a place. When my kids were growing up, like on the 4th of July, we had 100 people here. You know, there's a lot going on here. This is a nice place to play games, volleyball. You don't want a bunch of sheep manuring on it, you know. And so again, it's, you know, I did this intentionally to have a nice place for my kids to grow up. So this is a nice lawn,
It's like a carpet.
and I mow it with a walk-behind mower, because if you do a rider, you see all these dips in places. I would scalp it. So a walk-behind does a much nicer job. And I'm really into how things, you see it. I was raised in a Swiss-German culture. Swiss-German culture. And in that culture, everything has a place and should be in place. It's all about order. And that's how I was raised. And so if you look at this, this has a sense of order, because that's my culture. you know.
How do you keep the weeds out of the grass?
I keep the weeds out of the grass by having a thick grass. If you have a dense, thick grass, how's the weed seed going to germinate? You see, grass that has weeds in it is really unhealthy, really thin, not looking good. If you look close, there's some weeds in it around here, but because it's such a healthy grass, there's no space for the weed seed to germinate because it can't get to the ground. It's too well covered.
And the walk behind, it'll just leave it in place, then you rake it
No,
up
I
and bring it.
catch it with a bagger and take it all. You see, this to me is live food for my chickens. See, I buy no chicken food. Do you hear me? You know the insanity of chicken food? And I'm saying insanity for a reason. You know what chicken food is? It's dead food. When you crack a grain, it's dead. It dies. A grain uncracked is living. Once it's cracked, rolled, or turned into flour, it's dead. So all your chicken food is cracked grain, dead food. So you're spending money to feed your chickens dead food. Again, if you look at nature, let's go back to nature. You ever seen a pheasant in nature? A male pheasant. How beautiful it looks. The feathers are effervescent and they're gorgeous. Who's feeding that animal grain? They get some in the summer when the grass goes to seed, but all winter long they have no grain, and they look far better than any poor chicken in a chicken pen. And we're out spending money to feed our chickens dead food. I'm telling you, man, it's incredible, the stuff we do. And doing it with a clear conscience and working hard to buy it, thinking it's right, when it's completely negative, counterproductive. I can take chicken food out there and put in the ground, put kale next to it. The chickens won't even go to the dead chicken food, totally avoid it. Because they know it's dead food. They got live food here. They're not stupid.
What do you do in the winter with them?
In the winter, you see all this kale out here?
Yeah.
You see all that squash out there?
Yeah, bring that to them.
I'm just telling you, man, I intentionally grow a lot of food because I want to make sure my chickens have food. And the stuff in the store isn't food. And so how you monitor your chicken size is what you can grow for them. You want to make sure you can grow enough. So always, see, I have to have 25. I have to, because I create so much yard waste that if I don't have 25, it gets ahead of them. So I have to maintain, a good number because I make a lot. But I love the eggs; they're really great, and so chickens are awesome. So they just, you see, it's so fits. Everything has a place.
Beet sweet.
Isn't that sweet? That beet good? Yeah. Here's a guy eating this red beet, and he's saying the same thing. I love the colors. I mean, those colors are really good for us. There's a reason things come in colors because they're necessary for health. And all these colors, I mean, that's just as aesthetically pleasing to me. That's just bright, saying like, wow, this is good.
The greens are good too.
The greens of that beet is really very good. Now, does anybody eat arugula?
Yes.
For those of you who have, I want you to sample a leaf of this and talk to me. Arugula. Arugula is peppery, but I want you to check out the integrity and flavor of this arugula.
You mean it's hot?
Yeah.
Like a radish that gets hot?
Yeah. But check, is that amazing compared to arugula you had in the past?
It's excellent, yeah.
Is that awesome? I'd tell you, man, it's so good. Yeah.
How do you like it? It's good, huh?
Boy, that's different.
Isn't it different? It has integrity. It's like, this is good, like awesome.
A little bit of fire to it.
Hey, Paul. This is my name's David.
never
had
It's about 4:30.
Oh, cool.
So we gotta head out early.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a call.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Tastes like a radish that gets
Is anybody growing parsley? Look at the color of this parsley. This is Italian, and back behind there is a curl leaf. Look at that color. I don't know about you, but man, I have eyes, and that's screaming at me. This is not like you see in the store, that density of green. And I want you to sample a leaf of both of them and just see the integrity. This is like potent food, man. It is really good.
That's what celery does?
No, this here is a
That one.
that's parsley. Parsley.
That's
Parsley. Go pick it, eat it. That's lettuce here.
Paul, I'm still wondering if there's a secret for, like, do you water at a certain time? What are your secrets for the water?
With-
You told us most of them.
I water. I have sprinklers. I water because in the summer it gets dry.
And a certain time of day, does it matter?
At night,
Okay.
so it's not going to evaporate.
How did you say you rehabbed?
lawn that had chemicals on it?
I put chicken manure, which has life force, that brings all the worms, all the life back to the soil.
Oh, okay.
And when that shows up, the thatch is gone because you have worms and all the bacteria that used to break down now show back. What I'm finding about nature is that when you repent and correct all of nature, when you have a healthy spot, all of nature moves in because it knows I can live here. This is healthy. It's phenomenal how nature is so connected, so aware of what's going on. You can put down leaves on this hard, compacted, sterile clay in the fall. You come in the spring, it's full of worms. You didn't put any worms there. You just created a composting environment full of life, and the worms showed up because there's food here. You know, all of nature is so connected, so gets it. It's huge.
Paul, you don't do anything to fertilize your current lawn? To
No.
maintain it?
Again, if we go to nature, I want you all to hear me because this is huge. Where in nature is any fertilizer ever being used for the last 6,000 years? Come on. It doesn't happen. Fertilizing doesn't happen in nature. Ever. Has never happened. Never will. And we believe you got to fertilize. You're not fertilizing your lawn. You don't fertilize. It's crazy. Nothing in nature is fertilized. This is not fertilized. That's not fertilized. All those trees aren't fertilized. And fertilizer, where does it come from? Something you got to buy. That's limited.
You're talking about chemicals.
I'm talking about any fertilizer.